In my first video on this channel, I went over the reasons why the Steelers will win the Super Bowl this upcoming season. To say the least, I got a lot of positive and negative feedback. So, today I'm going to be going over the reasons why the Steelers will not win the Super Bowl. What it do, fellas? I'm back and better than ever. I want to apologize for the lack of posts in the past month. School was coming to an end and I was just trying to get it all situated, turning stuff in, making sure I'm right and ready to go. But now it's summer, I'm completely free, so I'm going to be posting all the time. So make sure to subscribe with notifications on so you never miss a video. Without further ado, let's get right into this video. First of all, I'm going to start out with the Pittsburgh Steelers' biggest current flaw being the offensive line. As it looks right now, we're going to have Chuks Okorafor at left tackle, Kevin Dotson at left guard, Kendrick Green at center, David DeCastro at right guard, and Zach Banner at right tackle. We know what David DeCastro can do, and we know that Kevin Dotson is going to develop into a great guard, but everyone else, there's a lot of question marks. Zach Banner was the starter last season, but suffered an ACL injury, so we don't know what he could look like, but from his film, he looks pretty good. Chuks Okorafor was subpar last year, but he got the job done, and Kendrick Green is a rookie and we have no idea what to expect from him. Personally, I think that these group of guys can get it done with Najee Harris in the backfield, but as an outsider, you can look at this offensive line and say that that's a weak point for our offense. Whether you like it or not, it's an understatement to say that the Steelers are loaded with weapons. With Juju coming back alongside Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, James Washington, and Ray McCloud, the wide receivers are looking spectacular. Despite the drops, Eric Ebron's a very solid tight end, very athletic, and you add Pat Freiermuth, who's a great tight end as well. And to top that all off, you add Najee Harris from Alabama, who's an absolute dog. But there's one position that I'm leaving out, and that's quarterback. Big Ben's creeping up on 40 years old and certainly isn't getting any better as he ages. If the offense has to rely on Big Ben like they did last year, I think we're going to be disappointed as Steelers fans once again. When your offense relies on the arm of your 39-year-old quarterback who had Tommy John surgery, it's a disaster waiting to happen. And we saw that happen last year when we went 11-0, and then we had to rely on him since the run game was no good. Going along with the offense, Matt Canada, the new offensive coordinator, is a huge question mark. While you can watch all the film you want at the college level, he has never been an NFL offensive coordinator, and it could completely not translate to the NFL level. He's been an offensive coordinator at many colleges, including Pitt, Maryland, and LSU, but none of which are obviously NFL teams. The difference between NFL and college is massive, and we just have no idea how it'll translate. Matt Canada's offensive style really isn't suited for the aging quarterback, but Matt Canada says that he's going to keep some familiarity for him, so we're just going to have to see how that pans out this upcoming season. The Steelers have lost many key components on the defensive side of the ball. The Steelers lost nickel cornerback Mike Hilton to the Bengals in free agency, and he was a very important piece of the Steelers defense. Also, the Steelers released cornerback Steven Nelson, who was very solid alongside with Joe Hayden. The Steelers seem to have faith in Cam Sutton to step up to be an outside cornerback, and also have faith in James Pierre to be that nickel cornerback role. The way these players play is once again another big question mark. We have no big sample size from either of these players. Of course, when we have seen them play, they've been spectacular, but the sample size once again is not that big. You could argue that Joe Hayden's also getting older and that he may not be as good and he might have lost a step, but I don't think that's a valid argument. I think Joe Hayden is still a dog and still a great cornerback. The Steelers also lost outside linebacker Bud Dupree to the Tennessee Titans this offseason. Bud Dupree was very vital to the defense as he was on the opposite side of TJ Watt, applying pressure every single play. The Steelers now have to rely on second-year player Alex Highsmith, who I included in my top 5 rookies who will break out next season, but you really have no idea how he could play. The next topic is Mike Tomlin's inability to get it done in the playoffs. I'm not going to dive into this too much because I do believe that Mike Tomlin's an amazing coach and one of the best in the league, but in the playoffs he does have a record of 8-8, which is not great. The Steelers' last playoff win was in 2016 against the Kansas City Chiefs. Mike Tomlin led the Steelers to a Super Bowl win before, and I do think that he can do it again, but in recent years the Steelers have been unsuccessful in the playoffs. And with all that being said, that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of some of my takes. I took the positive and negative comments from my first video into consideration for this video. You guys know me, I'm still an optimistic Steelers fan. I think the Steelers will go to the playoffs and have a slim chance at the title. But let me know what you guys think of what I said in the video, and make sure to subscribe with notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. If you guys made it this far into the video and you're interested, my second channel called Crytose 2 will be linked down in the description below. It'll be in real life content, non-football related content, all that good stuff. So if you guys are interested, make sure to subscribe, and I will be posting there very soon.